Hey, it's Mike with Mountain Automotive. So, I took this poor little Ranger behind me out in the mountains to go four-wheeling this weekend because my main rig is broken. So anyway, it's got several issues. The first issue being that these are extremely weird. So it's got a ton of tread out here. You can see in the sipe how deep it is. And then it has hardly any in here. And then also, if you look at it, these blocks of tread are at different heights all the way around. Here. And I can feel it with my finger. These are not worn smoothly. So this one sticks out a bunch, and this one's like worn flat. I mean, some of that's the design of the tread, but a lot of that is feathering. You can feel it going this way. This way it's smooth. This way the blocks are catching my fingers. So it's called feathering. So let's go look at the other tire real quick. Weeds. This one's worse. You can actually see it right here. See how the back edge of the tread here is low and the forward edge is higher? There's something going on with the front suspension of this truck, and it's feathering the tires all weird and making them wear funny. Mud tires wear funny on the road anyway, so they don't need any help. The thing I noticed is this pickup truck has really bad shocks on it. This thing rides pretty terribly. It does okay if you go really fast, but driving around town, it's pretty rough. It doesn't ride very nice. Me beating the crap out of it off-road probably doesn't help much. But anyway, look at those things. Those things are old and nasty. Gross, huh? So, you're looking at the suspension. You have a shock, have an upper control arm, and a ball joint. This is the upper control arm, ball joint. This one is not greasable. And then you got your CV axle, that guy right there. You got your lower control arm, and it looks the same as the upper control arm more or less, but it's got a big beefy ball joint right there. And then this one doesn't have coil springs. It's got a torsion beam. A lot of newer pickup trucks have that kind of front suspension. And this is your bump stop. That keeps the lower control arm and your suspension from crashing into the frame. So, I noticed when I was driving this truck yesterday that the further I drove it, hear that? Something in that front suspension assembly is squeaky. And based on this truck sitting around for a little while, I would guess the squeaky is a worn or dried out ball joint. That would be my guess. It doesn't have a rubber squeak sound. It's got a metallic metal on metal sound. Not good, right? So, all of these things can contribute to you spending way more money on your truck than you need to. One of the ways to prevent having to spend a bunch of money on your truck for suspension and whatnot is to have us do a full inspection. Every time the truck comes in for an oil change, it gets a full inspection here. Another way is when you install new parts, you put in parts that have grease zerks on them, so you can grease them. I've noticed in my own vehicles that when I grease the ball joints and the tie rod ends and whatnot, they last probably 4 or 5 times longer. And then when you get new tires, get in alignment. That'll help the most. You saw that feathered tire, that's not good at all. So those 3 things should help out quite a bit.